What's going on, everyone? IBG here, back for a third season of the WPCL, and I'm here to introduce my team for the WPCL and the Houston Tantrums. Now, the draft during the time I had drafted, I didn't get exactly what I wanted, but I'm still happy with my team either way, and I'm still glad to have in my team right now. So let's go ahead and look at the team real quick. We have okay, open the folder. Looking at the OU tier, we have gotten some good Pokemon at least. First drafted, we have Cynthia the Garchomp, and I favorite Garchomp so much that I wanted to draft it first hand that I got it. Um, like I said, it's one of my favorite OU mons, and I think it's one of the most versatile mons in the tier. Has very high attack stat, has a good amount of speed, a little bit above the base 100 Pokemon that you'd see in the tiers. Some good defenses, 95, and some sets. If you haven't seen that Garchomp video that I made of competitive sets, that's basically what I would like to do, and maybe possibly create different sets. Who knows? I could run a special Garchomp because it's very well possible. Because even with the base 80 special attack set, it is definitely nothing not to laugh at. Because look, it does get really good special attack moves: Draco Meteor, Fire Blast, Burst Power, and maybe an HP Ice or HP Fire, or no, not HP Ice or HP Grass just to counter something. It very well can do power just on special side as well. But then you get now when you got special side, it gets a whole lot better moves like Outrage, Dragon Claw, Earthquake, the moves that you normally see on a Garchomp. And then like I said about that Fire Blast, that's definitely good coverage for against Steel types and bulky Steel types. And not only that, it gets Rocks, which would probably be a good thing to have on my team, especially to start off with. And let's see if I want to pressure some people, and also have Substitute to counteract with a Sword Dance. It's all about ideas coming from one mon, and this is where I base off my team off and start off with the Garchomp. Now next up we have Forecast, the Thunder Steered, and I wanted this Pokemon mainly because it has, just like Garchomp, it has that little boost of speed like above the base 100 stat. So at max speed and maybe like a Jolly Timid Nature at base 100, it'd be 328, but with Thundurus, it'd be 331, and with Garchomp, it would be 333. Yeah, 333. So that way it'll outspeed, it'll barely outspeed the base 100 mons. And something about Thundurus, it could be also like since it's the Garchomp, it could also be run specially or physically because it gets a big move pool as well. Like Thunderbolt is one of its main moves that carries Volt Switch. Don't freeze on me. It carry and also get, and look at this. It gets Volt Switch and U-Turn, which to counter the ground types, it'll be able to use U-Turn and get out of the battle. It has knockup, which I'll be able to knock on my item. Hidden Power is definitely good for coverage, and even some moves like Grass Knot, Flash Cannon, just to deal with some fairy types. And also, it packs Sludge Wave as well for fairy types as well. And also, what I love about Thunder Theron, unlike its other form, the incarnate form, it's got base 145 special attack, and I'm pretty sure it would do a whole lot of damage. And it's my best way to counter any sort of other electric types without Volt absorbability. Next up, we have Madam Superior, which I think during the battles I'm probably just gonna name her Madam, but at least you'll know it'll be called Madam Superior or the Superior. Um, Main reason why I drafted Superior one was because the original Pokemon that wanted was Tangros, but I had found the alternative and gotten another Fastmon off the OUT, and I got Superior. So another reason why I like Superior is because, of course, it's fast, based on 113 speed, a very good Fastmon, making it at 357, above the 110 Pokemon like Latios, Gengar, and all the others. And even though its special attack is at 75, its ability, Contrary, paired up with the move Leaf Storm, makes it a very good big threat because Leaf Storm is base 130 power, And also, it lowers your special attack by 2, but with the ability contrary, the stats raised is lowered instead, and vice versa. So instead of being lowered, it'd be raised. So I get plus 2 special attack after the Leaf Storm, and I'll be able to hit again with more power. That's definitely a good thing for a Superior. And then back it up with a move like Giga Drain, Dragon Pulse, maybe even a coverage move like Hidden Power. And also, even though this is probably not the best idea to do, I could run it physically as well with moves like Leaf Blade, Knockoff, Outrage, Aqua Tail. Because I very well could do that and catch people off guard. There's like many things you can do with Pokemon that you never even imagine and make a good idea come out of it. On to next month, and here we have the U tier. And my first draft pick was Mega Blastoise Extensions. And this is the Pokemon I was really looking forward to because I absolutely love Mega Blastoise. With that Mega Launcher ability, it boosts up moves, Pulse moves, and what is it? Oh, Pulse moves. That's all it is. And then moves like Aura Spear, Dark Pulse, Dragon Pulse are boosted. Even Heal Pulse, but of course I would doubt I'd use it because it's only a single battle. Oh my gosh, people are text messaging me and I don't want to look at it. Um, and then also, definitely a good thing about Mega Blastoise that it gets is Scald, because any good water type needs Scald to burn its opponents. Water Spout will definitely help it with that big special attack stat and to deal damage. Even coverage moves like Ice Beam would help it out. Dragon Tail to phase out the opponent, or what is the move I'm looking for? Rapid Spin, just to take out those hazards, and Roar if you don't want to deal damage but still want to get an opponent out of the battlefield. The only thing that it lacks is just speed, but even at base 78, speed is still nothing to laugh at. Next Pokemon I have up is Sacred Diente. Now, what I originally wanted was Arcanine, but I still found a good replacement for it. Entei is definitely a scary mon in Draft League format, mainly because of one single set that it runs is Choice Band, and then either and moves like Flare Blitz, even Sacred Fire, and even Extreme Speed. Because it's coming off a very scary mon, base 115 attack, banded, and even Flare Blitz. And most people like to run Adamant, so that damage just stacks up. And Entei also gets coverage moves for it as well. Sadly, it doesn't get Earthquake, which a lot of people make fun of it, but it still gets a good move that I would still like, which is Bulldoze, which lowers the Pokemon speed by 1. So if it hits, it gets down to 75% of its speed. And that way, Entei can clean up and hit up with another move. So if you're running Bulldoze, it's best to be on Life Orb. That way, once you lower your opponent's speed, you can hit back with the harder move and still do damage. And Entei still, like I said, still knows a bunch of coverage moves, and even some that are specially, which is definitely not bad because I definitely seen a special Entei put in work. A sunny day eruption still put work through one battle that I've seen in a Draft League format, and I'm definitely looking forward to using that. Now, the final Pokemon I have in UU and returning from Season 1 is Crazy Art the Alolan Muck. Now, I absolutely love Alolan Muck because it's definitely a good Pokemon to have in Draft League format, and also because it's the main Tapu killer within the game. Because if you see, it's got a really high HP stat of 105. It has a good attack stat, which is even compared to its HP stat, and its special defense is high. So like I said, this thing is mainly the Tapu killer because most of the Tapus are specially attack or special hitters, except for Tapu Bulu. But Alolan Muck can still counter Tapu Bulu because of its high HP stat, and the fact that it's Poison Dart, meaning that it only reaches the ground. None of the Tapus have much chance of standing against Alolan Muck. And like I said about its high special defense, pair that with Assault Vest and give it 4 moves, and you're good. Now moving on, we're going to the RU tier, and I am very fine with RU tier. It's just the Pokemon that I drafted were not some that I have used in a long time or even used at all. Now, but first up, we have hard body Uniclus. Another reason I drafted Uniclus was something I wanted slow but still hits hard, and definitely Uniclus fits this idea because with that special attack stat of 125 and still having a good HP stat, but still so speed. But what's good about Uniclus, it gets Trick Room, which helps out with its slowness. And with its abilities, Overcoat, Magic Guard, and Regenerator. Overcoat mainly used for Spore or Sleep Powder Pokemon that you have those moves. Magic Guard, if you aren't looking forward to taking burn toxic damage, then this is definitely a good move. And if you're looking forward to healing after getting swapped out and getting like maybe a third of your health back, then definitely that's a good ability. And then pair it up with a Life Orb, a Specs maybe, and you're definitely set for Uniclus. Next up, we have Heavy the Snorlax. I mainly just think because it's very bulky and it has that 160 HP stat, very good attack stat, and some special defense. But like I said, the one thing it lacks is speed, but definitely pairs it up well with Reuniclus on that special defensive side, being a wall. And who says you can't run a defensive Snorlax? Because of course it does have a base 65 defense, but have Curse and you're set. And then have maybe like Recycle or even and then pair it up with a berry and you're good. And even some sets like a soul, just like a little muck, you can have a soul vest and have 4 moves and then be done with it. Also gets its ability like Thick Fat, which weakens fire and ice type attacks. Gluttony, which makes it use its berry early, and immunity, which means it can't be poisoned. So definitely a good poison counter. Aside from another Pokemon I'm about to talk about, and then not to mention that Snorlax gets a very big move pool. That's something for my opponents to be scared of. My final Pokemon in RU, which I definitely don't know why I drafted it, but I'm still happy I have it, is Beyonce the Beyonce the Rabombi. Now, looking at this, I mainly wanted it because of its high speed. That base 124 speed is nothing to absolutely laugh at. Because maxing it out at 381, it almost outspeeds the ton of Pokemon that's maybe like 110, 115, and even the 120 Pokemon. I can have this and then maybe pair it up with a Specs and then bring a move just to take down a Pokemon. Maybe Bug Buzz, Moonblast, Energy Ball, Psychic, or even run a Hidden Power and I could be done with the Pokemon. And even though it has like a base 95 special attack stat, it still does a lot with that Choice Specs and then having a sad move and some coverage moves. Now moving on to the NU tier, first I drafted up Titanium the Aggron, and I absolutely love Aggron, mainly because um, it's just a Pokemon I very suited well with, and it just like some of my other Pokemon, it got a big move pool. Looking at its abilities, it does have Sturdy, making it live one hit, Rock Head, I mean, so that way it don't take damage from recoil moves like a certain move like Head Smash, and having that high defense stat of 180, making sure nothing can take it out except for like maybe if except for fighting types and ground types, which go through it, or just a special move in general. Now it is slow, but remember I have Reuniclus that has trick room, so maybe I can bounce back off of that. Or instead of just worrying about my speed, I have a Totemize which boosts my speed to twice of what it is originally. Next up we have Conway the Dusknoir, and I really wasn't sure about Dusknoir because it's something I have never used at all. One thing that I don't like about it is its HP. I'm fine with its speed because, of course, Uniclus, but I am not too excited about its HP stat because even if you max it out, it's at 294. I'd be safe if I had like 300 HP, but I'm not safe if I have 294 at max. But aside from that, I definitely say it's a good mon. Pressure, definitely a good thing to have, especially when you have Pokemon that have like, or facing its opponent that has like 8 PP for a move, and it being drained after like 4 turns. And then Frisk is also good because I'll be able to scout out what move the opponent has, and then have that locked in my head and be able to counter it. And then Dusknoir, what I like about it, it gets so many things that can will down an opponent. Will-O-Wisp, Toxic, Taunt, Trick, other moves, Hex, which if I status opponent, it will do double damage. Haze, which will remove any sort of stats. Memento, which will, of course, lower both of its attacks by 2, but I faint. Pain Split, if I take damage, I can replenish it with your own rest if I need to. And then, like I said, it gets some moves that are definitely good. Shadow Sneak, probably most likely my main form of attacking. And also you can add a move like Earthquake. It has the elemental punches, which is definitely good to have. And I know Seismic Tops is probably like a good thing, or even Sucker Punch. Now finally we have May the Glaceon, and like Dusknoir, I don't have much experience with this, but I'm definitely looking forward to use it. Its abilities I really don't have use for, so I just might put it randomly just to counter a team. But I know it's definitely good, mainly because I have something that could wish off and heal my team. I have an ice type that will down a dragon type, and if I need to, I can heal belt, and I have a cleric on my team that will. Let's say I have one of my physical attackers burned, I can heal belt and have them back to where they aren't burned, and that's something I am definitely good for. But that's definitely good. And also, we got a Roar, so all the damage is halved in hail. And then if I have like maybe what is it? An icy rock? An icy rock. I have the hail up, and then I'd be able to have Aurora Veil and then only take half the damage for 8 turns. And that's definitely good to have. And then maybe just have like a move that finishes up like Ice Shard or Quick Attack just to finish off an opponent. And also Reflect I have. Reflect and Light Screen I do believe I have. Oh, it just learns Reflect. That's weird. But anyways, this is my team. Hopefully I'll do well with it. And my first opponent, I believe, is Victini. So expect a video to be come out soon of both the team builder and the battle. And I hope you guys wish me luck for the battles. Anyways, guys, I think that's going to be the end for the episode. Thank you all for watching, and I hope you enjoyed.